Hello everyone, my name is Kiara and welcome to my channel. Finally, I can bring you the video that everyone wanted me to do, the Ohuhu markers review. Yay! Not sure if you know, but Ohuhu is a brand that was not available in Europe for a long time. But as soon as they sent me an email informing me it was available, oh boy, I ran as fast as my finger could to buy it from Amazon. Also, I was eager waiting for the brush tips instead of the classic ones. Just look at these beautiful colors. I cannot even believe I have the Ohuhu markers with me. Well, with the markers, it also came a pad to put under the paper when you color to prevent any bleeding through. This was really nice, but I wish the size was a bit bigger because my illustrations are also bigger. But it was a really nice ad. I never thought of using something like this. I usually use thicker paper to prevent the bleeding, but that does not happen if you use the correct paper that I will show you a bit further in this video. Something that I didn't buy was the Ohuhu paper, but I don't think it was required for this review. I love the fact that brought the color swatch inside of the package, and this way I can use all the pens and see the colors for myself. The caps does not match like many other brands, so never trust the caps. Never! So here we have the markers, beautiful and white design. They are round and the name of the brand is very shining. Has two nibs, a brush and a chisel tip, while the brush one has the indication with the grey mark. Do you know why this is here? This is to make easier for the artist to know where is the brush nib. Just that. The name of the color you can find on the caps, but I really didn't like the fact that the name is not on the pen itself. I think it's just my preference and I really used to have the markers with that. While taking out all the markers, it also had a little booklet information about the Ohuhu and also some questions. I really didn't know the name of this brand was inspired on the island of Ohuhu. Did you know that? It's really cool. They also have some more markers. Here you can see all the colors that come, have a blending tutorial and some frequent asked questions. And it also has the information of a reversible brush tip. So it's really nice. The bag was also great, but I think I need to do a support for them because it's not easy to get them out every time I want to use them. I also like to leave the markers on the horizontal position for the ink to be even on the marker. While doing this video, I noticed these markers resembled ones I have for some time now. They are the Stylefile markers and they look like Ohuhu. Look how similar the markers are. Just changes the color and the name. Even the detail on the caps, so it will not roll on the table, it's the same. I will do some comparisons of other markers in a new video, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. Also click the bell so you won't miss my new notifications. After filling the color swatch, I really am in love with all the colors this set brings. This is the 72 set, and in my opinion the colors in the first swatch look more diverse, but you can still use 2 or 3 to do a nice blending on each color. But the second swatch were more in harmony and my favorite for sure. These colors for someone that is starting, it's such a thumbs up in my opinion, very well chosen. The best paper to use on every illustration where you use alcohol-based markers like Ohuhu, Copic, Stylefile, ProMarker, Prismacolor is the marker paper proof, just because it prevents the bleeding on the paper. I usually use the perfect coloring paper from Tresotype and it's also cheap. If I see that I am using too much ink, I usually use a thick paper under it, but today I will use the little pad Ohuhu sent me with these markers. But let me tell you a spoiler already. The paper didn't bleed out, so the pad ended up clean, what is a good thing. You can see a bit of the process of the sketch I will color in this video. The idea was my character for my Draw This in Your Style that I am holding at the moment on my Instagram to celebrate my 7,000 followers. If you want to participate, check out my Instagram and join. This is the image I am using for it. It would make me so happy to see your versions. This time I also have a prize for the winner, so to check the details you can follow the link on the description box below for my social media. Don't forget to follow me there too. Going back to the sketch, I wanted to make this girl in traditional 2, especially when I fell in love with the colors from swatch 2 of this marker set. So let's start coloring the drawing I did. As soon as I started using the markers, I noticed they had a nice grip to hold and they are super easy to use. The fact the nib is a brush makes everything easier. While coloring, I also noticed some nibs to be harder than others, but let me try to explain this without sounding weird. Some were easier and slided better on the paper than others, and I noticed that while coloring the hair. The base green was so smooth on the paper, but the first shadow seemed a bit harder, so I had to use the base colors again to make everything smooth and blended. But when I colored with another shadow, it was easier again. This probably it's a very specific opinion, but the job is done anyway. The blending can be done, and maybe I'm just too perfectionist. You can do everything anyway. I tried to use other recordings I did so you could see with other angle how the pens work, but for me it looks great anyway. I really love how the greens match so well in this illustration. I never thought I could like the color green so much now. Have you ever used Ohuhu markers, or do you want to use them in the future? I forgot to say that this set also came with a blender marker and I am going to use it to make effects. For me, this marker is not for blending different colors, for example a green and a purple, but maybe a green to the white paper, also to clean mistakes and make effects on the coloring. I might do a video about it too. Would you like to see it? Let me know below. Here you can see I use 2 different colors for the pinks and they match really nice together too. And if you want to add more darkeners, you just use it more times on top of the layers. I couldn't end this review without using my colored pencils on top of the drawing like I always do, and they worked fine too. So using Hohu are really like other brands I usually use. And let me tell you something. The good thing about having all these different brands is that you can use all of them together, because they are all alcohol-based markers, so they will all work good together. If it misses one color from Copic, or you want to use this color from Hohu or Stylefile, you can use everything together, and sometimes the result is even better. Believe me. To finish my review, I was really happy I finally had them, and they are so nice and easy to use. The markers are great. The price it's more reasonable, and the results are very similar to Copic and other brands. This set was 66 euros, each marker was about 91 cents, and that's really cheap for what I usually buy for Copic. For example, Copic it's around 7 euros if it is a Copic sketch, so you can just make the math. For someone starting or trying new markers, this is a nice option. But even if these markers are great and you can use them so easy, for someone that uses markers regularly like myself, the only turn down is the fact Hohu are not refillable, at least for the moment. They still also don't have the option to buy individual markers either, but buying more markers because the pen ran out of ink, I think that's just a waste of materials. I don't need to buy another one. Only the nib is reversible. On the long run, it's not good, but it's a really nice material for the price it is. I hope you liked this review, and if you would like to see comparisons between markers, let me know which one. Also, join my Draw This in Your Style that you can check on my Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. I will see you on my next video. Bye bye!